class are becoming poor. And now of the 680,000 people with a gold card and retired, half of them are hard up against it. Why is it? Because your pay is dependent upon the average working wage, and with mass immigration they've driven the average wage down. Everybody that's 65 and over is now the victim of that. Their policies don't work. The policies that Holyoake and back before then Savage and others had in this country do work. And they will work again in a modern context if we remember what the fundamental principles of those policies were. And boy, back then, those parties were nationalist. They believed in New Zealand. Totally. In fact, the National Party called itself the National Party because they wanted to be nationalists. Well, where did the capital N go? They're globalists now. Keep on telling us, for example, that we've got to sign up to the TPPA. The TPPA, I got too close to there. The TPPA is not a free trade agreement. It's an agreement for international corporates to sue New Zealand if they don't like what we're doing. It's a challenge to our sovereignty. And why did it take the guy with a funny haircut to work that out? But they're still out there trying to sign it. These are the same party, but my Labour Party and National Party are the same. The Labour Party signed up to the free trade deal with China.
It wasn't Peter Dunn, the guy with a funny haircut.
No, Mr. Trump.
Trump, mate. Peter Dunn will sign up to anything. But now the Labour Party signed up to the free trade agreement with China, supported by National, and then they looked down their nose at New Zealand First to oppose it, accepting if they're right and New Zealand First wrong, why are they trying to renegotiate it as we speak? If the deal was so good, why are they renegotiating it now? I'll tell you what happened. Because they were so mad on any sort of trade deal, they did a bad deal. And today, your dairy industry is in the control as to its added value, great added value product, infant formula, in under 5 years of National, utterly in the control of the Communist Chinese government. You cannot start an infant formula plant in this country and sell to China without they first approve. And you won't get it onto their supermarket shelves unless they first agree. In 5 years, we've gone from being a world leader to now in the control of the Chinese Communist government. Just like that. And yet you and I know that there's not one Chinese mother that will buy an infant formula product made in China by the Chinese, if they can help it. So they've got control of our industry now. And then we've got our biggest beef company, red meat company in this country, called Silver Ferns Farms, and last year it became under majority control of the Chinese. And then you've got your water rights being exported offshore. Company after company, offshore, foreign owned, taking our water, no royalties at all. 4 in the Tasman district, mainly Chinese owned, taking billions of litres of water every year, for which all 4 companies altogether paid the magnificent total of $943. Just down there, Whakatane is Okatiri water, now Chinese owned, 750 litres a day, 750,000 litres a day, going offshore to bottling operations, for which they paid to that authority $2,003. That's it. And these licenses go for 30 years. So here we've got a National Party allowing the control of the pristine thing that we've got, probably more than any other country on earth, to be in the control of foreign economies and advancing foreign populations. Ladies and gentlemen, can I just say that Mr. English described our young people as being, quotes, pretty damned hopeless, end of quotes. There's 92,000 young New Zealanders, neither in employment, education, or training. Just yesterday, a minister for the National Party, Anne Tolley, said that she quite understood that if you were at home with nothing to do, you might go on the drugs. Did you hear that? I mean, how do these people get into Parliament? Unless it's a raffle or something going on. But when you're so bereft of any idea, and when you admit what you've denied for the last 9 years, that unemployment forms this mischief, you're finally admitting that what you've done is nothing, and then you want to show people how all-encompassing your understanding of humanity is by describing your sympathy with them going on the drugs. This is fatal for this country. Oh, that's not the worst. The reality is the housing situation in this country is so bad that the decline in Maori ownership of housing under this government is, in this recent 2 decades, but mainly under this government, 38% decline in ownership. You can see huge problems coming now unless we do something about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. English described them as hopeless, and we just say, Mr. English, they're not hopeless, you are. They're not hopeless, you are. And we intend to ensure that they get the education and training and policies which go like this. You're off the dole and you're working. And if we offer you work, there won't be a choice. We'll get you the job, all right. We'll get you the employer, we'll pay the employer a decent wage to employ you. But you're all going to go back to work. The dole will not be an option. We want a community wage being paid. And you're going to work for it. We're going to get you out of bed in the morning, after having met it before you leave. Not leaving with mum and dad. We're going to put a whole lot in the army and give them some solid military training on the way through. And we're going to make sure that we do restore our belief in young people. I can recall a time when I was much younger, when the Minister of Labour in this country, before we had this multitude of portfolios and ministries, where the Minister of Labour used to know every unemployed New Zealander, not because he had a fantastic memory, but because there were only not 29,000 or 2,900, just 29. When these people say that you're being old-fashioned and nostalgic, what they're really saying is their economic philosophy is so useless, it depends on a sizable number of unemployed for it to work. And we reject that. We reject that. We want every New Zealander in work before we bring in 73,000 to take the work.
Yeah.
Now, you've got to know the National Party realised it's election time in the bad plenty. It's all in today's paper. Fantastic paper, this is the bad plenty time sometimes. I love the way the National Party do this. I was a proud member of the National Party once, when they had a man called Holyoke leading it. A man that left school when he's 14. A guy that knew what hard work looked like. Not like the present bunch. Most of them think that manual labour is the Prime Minister of Mexico. No, Holyoke was a real man. And he had some real tough guys in his caucus, and women. You know, plain speaking people. But this new breed, here is Paula Bennett. Living proof. You say, oh God, no. Police Minister Paula Bennett says there are plans to tackle the concerning supply of meths coming into the region. There's a photograph of her.
What a load of shit.
She says that Tauranga is a prime port for imports of meths. Funny that. Who cut the customs staff down at the port?
Yeah.
You people remember that?
Yeah.
Now, we used to have 29 officers once time here on this port. Now, virtually no one. Worse still, they've got policemen and sniffer dogs, but they've got less dogs than policemen. Handling the sniffer dogs. Right? Unless you're trained the policemen to snip drugs as well. But they're massively underfunded, security controlled, and she floats into town 70 days out and says, we're going to tackle the concerning supply. Where has she been all this time? Look, the biggest load ever came across at 90 Mile Beach where I am these days. 500 kilograms came across, right? Huge boatloads came ashore, and they got caught by accident. These criminals went and got a boat and decided to launch it into 90 Mile Beach. That boat got lost. So they went back to look at another one. brand new, all the way up 90 Mile Beach. And somebody up there thinks there's something going wrong here. People don't usually launch a boat into 90 Mile Beach. And they found these guys and they got caught purely by accident. Here's the point. We are so underfunded on biosecurity and on other matters of security that although we've got satellite coverage that can follow a dinghy across the Pacific, no one was looking at the monitor whilst this stuff was coming ashore. Ask the police, when did you find out, given all your satellite surveillance, that this was going on? Now that's a good question for the media to ask, isn't it? Could TV3 possibly do that? Like make use of yourself and say to the police, when did you find this out? And stop putting Paul on the front of the magazine saying she's going to do something about it. This is a minister whose government, as I say, have under-resourced the police for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Now, well, that wasn't the article I'm really pointing to. It's got here, pressure mounts for roading deal.
Yeah.
And boy, does that give you a sense of deja vu. Here in the Bay of Plenty. They're so desperate that this week they offered a $230 million interest-free loan for new infrastructure in Tauranga. Now what's fascinating about that, and I'm really asking my friends in the media to step up here, is that Mr. Bridges, or Sons of Bridges, that's French for no bridge, Mr. Bridges didn't know where and when and how the $230 million is going to be spent. Just a global statement. We're going to give you interest-free loan, $230 million. But here's the rub, because I am, honestly, since I've left Tyrone, I think that you must have started the Mother Teresa branch of the British Empire, Commonwealth here, because you're taking all this lying down. Right? Let me tell you, that's a monumental bribe. This is a monumental bribe made about infrastructural build-up here, as it's spilled over from Auckland as one of the problems that Auckland has got everywhere in infrastructure.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? Where is that $230 million going? When will the paper publish that? But it gets worse. New Zealand First has a proud association with Tauranga and Mount Maunganui. Before I came here in 1984, the Kaimais was a metal road.
Yeah.
Can you remember? There were no harbour bridges in 1984 at all. Very little infrastructure here at all. Hospital in trouble. Going to take the morgue away and relocate it to Hamilton. You remember all that?
Yeah.
And school after school in trouble in terms of infrastructure. Well, now you've got 2 toll-free harbour bridges. Not one, but 2. And you got the second one even though you didn't vote for me. I made you a promise that in 2005 I'll get you a new toll-free bridge. I can remember the local town clerk at the time was a guy called Towers. You know he's working up for the Super City in Auckland, so you can see why they're in trouble. And he challenged me about me being able to do it. And I said, I just keep the minutes, mate. Who are you to challenge whether I'm going to deliver on my promise? But I did, even though you didn't vote for me. The worst part, of course, was, I even got a vote to the opening.
Yeah.
Never mind, they say in the good book, there's no sin like ingratitude. But that's how political some people here have been. But in the last 8 years, 9 years, what's happened here in Tauranga? Well, let me tell you, before we left, investments in school here had risen by 28%. We had sold to you for $800,000 the airport, the government owned, with 4 years to pay it. This airport over here is yours. You only paid $800,000 for it over 4 years. You can't buy a house in Auckland for half of that now. But that's what we did. We saved the morgue and we gave you more roads and motorways than half of the alphabet. Excepting, I want to tell you what's happened of late. Oh, and by the way, when the government loaded you up with $93 million of debt without asking the kiwi fruit growers, that's the Maori owners I'm talking about, who are then 10% of the industry, the government loaded them up with $93 million of debt and thought they were going to force them to pay it. And a member of parliament said, I'm going to take you to the cleaners, I'm taking you to the court. That's Treasury, that is. and did they hit the roof? But we did win, and that's why there's still a sizable ownership from the Maori world of their kiwi fruit industry. We wrote off 93 million like that. So can you tell your cousins to start keeping the faith instead of rushing off and vote for the Maori party? And they're coming out for you. Can I just say, here's the real point up here, because it's really quite fascinating. Route K, you recall, in 2014, had $63 million of debt on it. We came here in the 2014 campaign and promised you to get rid of the debt. 2 weeks later, the National Party stepped up and said, no, we'll get rid of the debt. And they did, didn't they? Didn't they? So can anybody here tell me why there are still tolls on Route K? Well, come on.
Greed?
No, we're paying for Auckland's road.
No. We came here and promised to get rid of the $63 million debt, which was 70% of all your council did at the time. Right? 2 weeks later, the National Party says, no, we'll do that, we'll do that. You vote for them, and you still got tolls on it. Unbelievable. Now, it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there at all, does it? Because you've got Turret Road. In 2008, 11 and 14, the National Party promised to widen, that's 4-lane, Turret Road Bridge, and 15th Avenue.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Well, it's 2017, and they haven't built 1 metre. Oh, I got to tell you, Derek, these people are special. They're the most forgiving people in the whole country. And worse still, after Route K the promise was made, they took that part of the Turret Road I'm talking about, that's Highway 2A, Turret Road, 15th Avenue, out of the NZTA, that's paid for by the New Zealand taxpayer from Makawa to Kaitaia, and put it as the responsibility of the
Council.
local ratepayers. No, not the council, you.
Well, yes, of
The
course.
person looking in the mirror.
Yeah, yeah. I lost my house through that deal.
You lost your house through the deal.
Yeah.
Well, there you go then. So what I want to know is, why do you vote for them?
I don't.
You know, and Mr. Bridges then started the Welcome Bay underpass, which meant, that was 10 years ago the promise was made, and it's not been completed until next year. That's 10 years to do that small job, or move the congestion 300 metres down the road.
With 2 lanes.
300 metres down the road. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, this is really unbelievable circumstance that we're living through. But I'm come to the conclusion that some of the reason why you think like you think is because of the New Zealand media. It's in that paper today, and it's in the latest edition of the New Zealand Listener. Boom Times in the Bay. Written by one Jonathan Underhill, who surprisingly used to work for the National Party. And he begins his twitty, stupid, arrogant article with these words: no longer a blue rinse Winston Peters voting backwater, Tauranga finally gets a university this year. 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, if I had been your member in 2007, you'd have got a university. Because we were almost there then. The difference is I wanted you to be allied with one of the best universities in the world. Not just Waikato. And that is still my view. If you want to be at the top end of education in this country, align with the best in the world, and that's what we should have done it. Not just go to the nearest one. Waikato, I'm not knocking Waikato, but you could have done a whole lot better. But Mr. Underhill used to work for the National Party, thinks you're doing fine. Boom times, he said. Funny, it's not measured in your personal incomes, is it? You have a quick look at your personal incomes against the rest of the country. But anyway, we're back to the point. I'm just saying to you that maybe Simon is all brill cream and no socks. Because he's real fast on the lip, but he's slow on the hip. In all the time he's been here, and that National Party's been here since 2005, so we're 12 years on, aren't we? And what have they done?
Nothing.
I used to have done something. There are 3 tolled roads in this country. One out of Auckland going north. That's one. And 2 in Tauranga.
Yeah, but he loves us.
Is there a toll road in Winston? Are there toll roads in Christchurch? Are there, I mean, the new tunnel they opened up, Westmere Tunnel in Auckland, is that toll?
No.
So why are you paying tolls then? Of all the toll roads in the country, you've got 2/3 of them.
What choice have we got?
Smack. What choice have you got? You change your vote, madam, and you get your friends to vote the right way, and we'll get rid of your tolls. And I'm not asking you to believe my word, I'm asking you to believe my record.
Yeah.
We built you a serious, over $120, $40 million bridge here without any tolls, and got the tolls off the other one. We're not asking you to believe our promises, we got a record on it. But back to my point, you can't keep on voting for Simon.
No.
Then you're going to get something back. Can I just say, and all the councils here, will Rick, you'll know Rick Kurak over there? Phil Granger over there? Yeah, I thought I recognised the guy over there. I got pretty good eyesight, but you said you were sort of like a halo over there. Can I just say to you, you know, do you guys recognise what's going on in tourism in this country? Tauranga's domestic tourism is higher than Rotorua's, and has been for a long time. Its international tourism is huge. Last year, the eastern coastal areas of the Bay of Plenty brought in $939 million, according to Stephen Joyce's MB. You know that, don't you? It's got a lovely name, the Ministry for Business, Innovation and Employment. I'll say it again slowly. The Ministry for Business, Innovation and Employment. And also